Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash, and Shan Yikubad, Kadwala Requab, Zequanium Nawa, Wa Shalayakim Nawa, that's the belongers to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Wabarakim, Labakarim, Shaliyah Sharala, that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Just wanted to make a quick video that's definitely easier said than done. And as you can see from the title, we have to do our best to not allow this world to bring us down, to get us down, to keep us down, nothing. And obviously, we're going to go through ups and downs. We're living in the land of our captivity. Being Babylon the Great, things aren't going to be perfect. You're going to go through financial woes. You're going to go through relationship woes. You're going to go through just problems with family and friends, whatever it may be. Illnesses in your body, who knows? Anything and everything I'm sure that you can think of, there is an elect member out there going through it, I'm sure. And so the best way, in my opinion, to not let the cares of this world bring you down is by remembering what time we're currently living in. By keeping in mind that we're living in a time in which the last kingdom that was prophesied to be ruling is ruling and is currently falling. And very, very soon, I'm talking about even before the elect are caught up in those ships, like during the time of Jacob's trouble, when that time comes, very soon, the cares of this world are going to pass away. Anybody going to be worried about paying rent, paying your mortgage, or paying your car insurance, car note in the time of Jacob's trouble? Everybody's job is going to be lost. There's going to be rioting and looting, famine, so many things happening. In that day, we're not going to be caring about the affairs of this world anymore. And honestly, that's what I'm sure all of us are looking forward to. Don't nobody want to keep working a 9 to 5 and having to worry about bills coming out of your check weekly or bi-weekly. So keep those things in mind and don't let the cares of this world bring you down, or do your best to not allow that to happen. So this is Luke 21, verses 34 through 36. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." As a quick, easy example, you could be so caught up in making money because you want to put yourself and your family in a better situation, which nothing is wrong with that, but you may get so caught up in it that all of a sudden you put the ministry on the back burner. Like, you still believe in the Lord and you know what you have to do, but you allow the cares of this world to be at the forefront of your mind and what you do and your goals. So now all of a sudden you begin to make less videos, and then you're not really getting out there on the highways and byways, or maybe you start to gradually just show up later and later and you don't even realize it, making less videos. Then you're showing up less to I'll just say like Sabbath services, things like that, high holy days, and you don't even realize it until the point where you're drifting away and then you're just fully all the way out. That's just one example, and that's how it could happen. And I'm sure that's how it has happened for people in the past, but we're too late in the game to allow that to happen. Lord's will. Of course, everything is up to the Lord, but I'm speaking from a lower level of knowledge. We're too late in the game to let that happen, and we can't. There's no way. We have to stay on fire. We have to stay hot, no matter what is happening in your life. No matter what. Pray to the Lord and have faith in Him that He's going to look out for you. That's it. That's the simple and honest answer. Verse 35 says, "For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth." And you have to project your mind out to when that day is actually going to hit. No matter what you're going through right now, you're going to be so thankful and so glad that you have this knowledge, that you have the understanding of what's happening. Oh, this is Jacob's trouble. Like, we're actually in it. We talked about it. We read about it. We prophesied about it. I heard brothers talk about it. Oh, I'm here. I know what to do. You're going to be so happy in that day that you still have the knowledge and that you didn't forsake it because of the cares of this world. They brought you down and then took you out the ministry. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always. Watch and pray, they go hand in hand, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Key word to me right here is worthy. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape. Not everybody is going to be accounted worthy to escape all these things, meaning what? Be delivered, be safe in the time of Jacob's trouble. It's only going to be like that for those individuals that retained this knowledge, that kept doing the work despite the trials and tribulations that came their way, that continued to watch on a daily basis and pray without ceasing. That's it. And so we also have to remember this story. I think it's Luke 19. Maybe 17. Yup. Luke 17. Or this analogy, not story, but that's still good. Luke 17, verse 26. The point I want is concerning Lot, but I'll read starting from 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, also, as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. So it said likewise, meaning in the days of Noah and in the days of Lot, basically people didn't care about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They weren't worried about what was righteous. They weren't worried about judgment. They didn't care about anything concerning the Lord. They went after their own heart's covetousness. Whatever they desired to do, whatever they wanted to do, that's what they did. And it's the same exact thing happening in today's society. People are putting the Lord on the back burner. And they say, I'll come back to that later. I'll come to that when it's convenient for me. It's the same thing happening right now. But we can't allow that to happen to us. Verse 29 says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Meaning right now, we're living in that time when the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, will be revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. That's the point that I wanted to bring through the Holy Spirit. Remember Lot's wife. She turned back and was turned to a pillar of salt. That's an analogy for us. Well, it actually happened, but it's something for us to remember. Look, we can't turn back right now. We can't look back at the world and think, oh, things would be better if I was back in the world. You want to know something harsh and straightforward? The truth is, it probably would be. You would probably physically be doing better in the world than than being in this truth. It's just the truth. It's just the hardcore truth. You'd probably be making more money. If you're a man, you'd probably be getting more women. You'd have better clothes, better cars, whatever. Because you know what? The Lord doesn't allow us to flourish to that level, I'll say, because that's how he keeps us sober-minded. That's how he keeps us sober-minded, level-headed, with a clear mind, clear head on our shoulders, thinking properly. You get all those things, and you're not going to be worried about the Lord. You're not going to be worried about praying. You're not going to be repenting. Things are going well. Why would you be repenting when things are going extremely well in your life? So we have to remember Lot's wife. There's nothing for us to look back to. There's nothing for us in the world. Remember, the Bible talks about how all these things will come to naught. 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, says, seeing that all these things will be dissolved. Ain't nothing to look back to. Ain't nothing to really care about. You gotta sometimes have that mentality. Who cares about this world? Well, all the time, I'll say. This is the last precept. 2 Ezra 14, verses 14 and 15 say, let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. I mean, that brings the point right home. You got to get rid of all these carnal, fleshly thoughts, things that are holding you down, thinking about the tribulations and trials that you're going through. Look, cast away all those thoughts. Remember the time that we're living in right now. Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. It could, who knows, but it could be just months away. The charagma is here. So keep all that in mind. And it says, haste thee to flee from these times. That's how you haste to flee from these times. So just wanted to make that quick video. Really just a keep in mind video, like the elder, the Ra'ash Zainallah talks about here in the DC camp. So I pray that this was edifying and uplifting to the elect. Call Haloyim, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachak Udash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.